with it. We roll. Hi, I am Andrea Clausen, aka Hallmark Channel Movies on Instagram.
And I'm Eric Rutan, aka Hallmark Movie Reviewer, and we're here to do our annual preview of Countdown to Christmas. Are you ready, Andrea?
Woo!
It is going to be the lightning round. We will run through all 31 movies with just a quick snapshot, give our overall feelings, and then the battle royale will begin as we compare our top five.
I'm
You know what's
excited.
crazy, Andrew, though? Is how I always agree with you, other than when we're on camera.
I know. And that's why I told you before. I was like, I don't think you're going to have the same number one as me. So, hey,
I don't know. Maybe, I
maybe
don't
you'll
know. We'll see.
surprise me. Maybe you
I,
will.
I think mine are going to be kind of a surprise. They're not probably as expected, but all right. Are you ready to rumble?
Let's rumble.
All right. The first one coming out on October 20th is Checking It Twice, starring Kim Matula and Kevin McGarry. A journeyman hockey player, played by Kevin McGarry, falls for a real estate agent, played by Kim Matula, in a career crisis when he's traded to her hometown and moves into the cottage in her hockey-loving family backyard. First thoughts?
Could be interesting.
Okay, Kim Matula, can't go wrong. After I got introduced to her in Ghost of Christmas Always, Kim Matula fan.
Oh, is that where she's from?
Yep.
I didn't even put that together. Well, now I'm more excited for this. The next one, Where Are You Christmas, which is Saturday, October 21st, starring Lindsay Fonseca, Michael Rady, Jim O'Hare, Julie Warner. When Addie wishes for a year without Christmas, she wakes up in a world of black and white. She must work together with the town mechanic to restore Christmas. I am super excited for this one.
All right. I am too. I think that black and white concept sounds pretty cool.
And Michael Rady, can't go wrong.
All right. Next up, Under the Christmas Sky on October 22nd. And it stars Jessica Parker Kennedy and Ryan Pavey. Kat, played by Kennedy, is an esteemed astrophysicist who is scheduled for her first trip into space next year until an accident grounds her. When on leave, coming to the terms with the reality that her dream of being an astronaut is over, she volunteers at the local planetarium where she is paired with the by-the-book David, played by Pavey, to work on an exhibit opening right before Christmas. Will the stars align to bring the two together at the holidays? Ryan Pavey as a behind or by the book, I can see it.
Are you excited for this?
Not so much.
I just wrote down nope. No excitement for me.
Yeah. Anytime you have astrophysicist in a Hallmark movie, it's just
We'll see how it goes. All right. Well, next we move on to the next weekend, Christmas by Design, which is on Friday, October 27th, starring Rebecca Dalton and Jonathan Keltz. A fashion designer, Rebecca Dalton, gets accepted into a Christmas challenge to create new holiday-themed collections, and not only finds the inspiration for her next line, but decides to redesign her approach to what's most important in life. I said it could be interesting.
I'm right there with you. Rebecca Dalton, good wife. I like all, or good wife, good witch. I kind of like all the good witch people. She's cute, so we'll see. All right, moving on to the Saturday, we have Mystic Christmas, starring Jesse Schramm, Chandler Macy, Patty Murrin, and William R. Moses. Juniper, nice name, Schramm travels to Mystic, Connecticut during the holidays to work at a rehabilitation center and aquarium. She reconnects with Sawyer, played by Massey, the owner of the pizza shop. What do you think?
Wrote down nope. Not super excited for this one.
Well, Jessie Schramm, we haven't seen her in a while, so pretty excited to see her. She's adorable. Birthday Wish, one of the all-time best Hallmark movies ever. So kind of like that, but
Disagree on that.
Whoa, we don't have to start fighting yet. But the whole Mystic Christmas with the pizza shop thing, I lived the 80s. I don't need to go back. That's probably the 90s. All right.
Next one is Joy X. Is that how you say that?
I don't. I'm glad
Joy
you got. I'm
X.
guessing you don't pronounce the X. I don't know.
Joy X Noel. We'll go with that one. It's on Sunday, October 29th, starring J.C. Elliott and Brant Daughtry. When a romantic painting of a Christmas market captures the imagination of copy editor Leah, played by Elliott, she is sent to France with pragmatic reporter Mark, played by Daughtry, to uncover the mystery behind the artist. Okay, I wrote down could be interesting, but now after reading the description again, I'm gonna say not super excited for this, although I do like both of the leads. That's why I put could be interesting, but the plot does not capture me.
I'm there with you. The only thing I have to say was it was last year that The Love's Portrait, which was kind of the similar thing.
I don't think I liked that one either.
I thought it actually turned out to be quite a cute movie, but this plot, yeah, this is just all the setup to be one of those disaster hallmarks. So sorry, JC Brent. All right, we're moving on to the next week now, and we've got Flippin' for Christmas on Friday, November 3rd, starring Ashley Newborough and Marcus Rosner. It's almost Christmas when busy realtor Abigail agrees to help her sister with a simple flip of a recently inherited home. Unfortunately, co-beneficiary Bo has other plans in mind. Could be it's either going to be really cute and fun or it's going to be god awful horrible.
I agree with that. I like Marcus Rosner, and the plot is a meh for me. So hopefully it turns into cute and not disaster.
Yeah, two people who like, I don't know why they have a home together, why they inherited a home together. That's kind of weird, but whatever. It's worked in other movies, I guess, sort of, almost, maybe, kind of.
I guess we'll find out. Ugh. Next is Never Been Christ, Saturday, November 4th, starring Janelle Parrish, Pascal Lamoth Kipnis, Tyler Hines. Home for the holidays, BFFs Naomi and Liz reconnect with high school crush Chris Silver. A complex love triangle forms, forcing them to take stock of their lives and find the value of friendship. I will say, having just watched the second half, so I've never watched When Calls the Heart until this season.
I
And I've
know we talked
watched,
about that.
I'm telling in case viewers are wondering. And I just watched the last 6 episodes. And I will say, love triangles, I feel like I've seen enough of them this year in the Hallmark movies and in When Calls the Heart. I'm not super looking forward to this one. So I'm sorry for all the heinies. Not going to be one that is a yay for me.
I have to say, I think this plot just sounds absolutely fantastic. I don't watch When Calls the Heart. So Janelle Parrish, like this is the bringing on the heat of let's put as many good looking people on screen as we possibly can. And just the previews, everything, I think this is going to be an absolute home run.
Disagree.
Agree to disagree. Okay. We're moving on to Sunday, November 5th with the Santa Summit, starring Hunter King and Benjamin Hollingsworth. It's time for the annual Santa Summit, in which revelers put on their Santa suits and hop around designated locations in town to eat, drink, and be merry. 3 best friends decide to go together. Jordy, played by King, a recently dumped art teacher looking to cut loose. Ava, a shy woman hoping to run into her crush, and Stella, a Christmas cynic with no interest in Santa's summit whatsoever. At the start of the night, Jordan meets up and bonds with Liam, played by Hollingsworth, but doesn't get his name before getting separated and lost in a sea of Santas. As the night progresses and hijinks ensues, amidst the chaos, celebration, and a sea of Santas, they find what they're looking for: Christmas spirit, potential romance, and a strengthened bond of friendship. I have a theory that whenever they have really long descriptions, the movie's terrible.
I was getting a little worried too. I'm like, all the other ones have been really short, but I am very excited for this one. I think it sounds like a delight. I'm hoping the long description means like there is just a ton of plot and quick dialogue because it sounds snappy, and I'm hoping it lives up to that. Plus Benjamin Hollingsworth. Love him from Virgin River.
Love Hunter King. She is absolutely adorable in her movie. So
Is that like a yay? You're really excited or like a
no. Long description. So I am very
you're out on that
cynical.
one? Oh,
I think it could, like, it's an interesting plot, but the long description makes me cynical.
okay. Okay.
I'm the Christmas cynic, like the one who they don't say who plays her. So Stella, I think. Stella and me, Christmas cynics.
Well, moving on then to Friday, November 10th, with Everything Christmas, starring Catherine Barrell, Cindy Busby, Corey Sevier, Matt Wells. Lori Jo's love for Christmas takes her on a road trip to Yuletide Springs with her roommate Tori, where Christmas is celebrated year-round, to participate in a long-standing town tradition to honor her late grandmother. Along the way, the friends meet Carl and Jason, and the foursome make stops during their journey to enjoy more small-town Christmas attractions. But when a series of events puts a damper on their plans, I was going to say plates, but no plans. A little Christmas magic may put this trip back on the right path. I must say, I give this a super excited for another long description. I think it sounds like a delight.
Okay, good. We're in agreement. Cindy Busby is kind of a polarizing Hallmark person. I personally find her absolutely adorable and love her. Catherine Burrell or Barrel or however you pronounce her name, love her too. Corey, not even going to try his last name. He's been just killing it lately. So I think it's a great cast. I have no idea who Matt Wells is. Maybe you do. Virgin River, probably, like every other
maybe.
person on Hallmark these days. But I agree with you. Looking forward to it just because I think it's a great cast. And yeah,
sounds
kind of
fun.
curious how they just, the two girls pick up two dudes on the road, which could be kind of dangerous, but whatever.
That's also true.
All right, we're heading to Christmas Island and November 11th with Rachel Scarston and Andrew Walker. I don't know, some no-name dude there, but all right. When a snowstorm diverts Kate's first flight en route to Switzerland to Christmas Island, she must team up with an air traffic controller to secure her dream job as the family's pilot.
This one is a meh for me. It's not a no. It's just I have no excitement. The plot doesn't excite me. Ugh.
You know what? Last year, my least favorite movie going into when we did our preview was The Royal Nanny, starring one Rachel Scarston. And it turned out to be a top 10, maybe a top 5. So you know what? I agree with you. It sounds god-awful terrible, but I'm not going to discount Rachel. And I've got high hopes somehow. And then also, what's with Andrew Walker having all the bizarre jobs, it seems, these days? He just, whatever. Not that air traffic controller is a bizarre job for a Hallmark movie, kind of a bizarre one because they're just grouchy, depressed, whatever. We'll move on.
That is not my thoughts or feelings. That is all Eric. Moving on to Sunday, November 12th. Oh boy, Heidelberg Holiday. Is that how you say it?
Yes, it is.
Woo! Starring Gina Claire Mason and Frederick Brossier. Heidi Mason receives the dream opportunity to sell her beautiful handmade glass ornaments at the prestigious Heidelberg Christmas market in Germany. While there, she meets Lucas Brossier, a local artisan who helps her reconnect with her lost heritage. I am intrigued by this one. I'm half German, and so the German market sounds exciting. The plot, take it or leave it, I guess. But I'm excited to see, since this was actually, I believe, filmed in Germany. I think that will be half of the fun of this movie, is seeing what a German marketplace looks like at Christmas time.
I will say I've been to the Heidelberg Christmas market, so I am all in.
Wow.
Okay. Got to take a breath as we keep going. We're not even halfway there, but we do have Navigating Christmas on Friday, November 17th, starring Chelsea Hobbs and Stephen Huszar. Recently divorced Melanie, who she's always divorced these days. Man, sorry, Chelsea. And her son, Jason, visit a remote island for Christmas, only to find themselves running a real working lighthouse where she connects with the curt but cute owner, Huszar.
This is a nope for me. There is no excitement. I feel like they keep miscasting Stephen Hazar. Like, I don't know what they're doing to this poor guy, but
Why they always make him an ass?
yeah, they need to give him some better roles because I feel bad for him.
I agree. I'll go to Ruby Herring. You know, I like my mysteries
I
and
love that
loved
one.
them in
She
Ruby
is
Herring.
wonderful.
I'm a big fan of Chelsea Hobbs, especially her bangs. I think she's got one of the best bangs on the planet. Or all the best. I don't know. It's not one, but some of the best bangs on the planet. But yeah, this one just,
Doesn't
oh
sound
man,
great.
I don't know. That's probably why they're sticking on a Friday.
Yeah. All right, next one, A Merry Scottish Christmas, Saturday, November 18th. This is starring Lacey Chabert and Scott Wolf, number one of Lacey's movies. When estranged siblings Lindsay and Brad Morgan travel to Scotland at Christmas to reunite with their mother Jo, a big family secret is revealed. So I was not a Party of Five watcher.
Seriously?
Little,
When we were reading all these, I was like, okay, you totally are gonna. That's like your whole generation.
I'm a little young for.
Oh,
Thank
you
you.
are?
I'm a little young
But
for that, maybe.
well, I don't know.
I
I don't know.
feel
It
like
seems like you're.
maybe just a little. I'm a
I thought it was
little
like
too
the total
young.
millennial show. Like, aren't you a Gilmore girl?
Well, I'm barely a millennial, so now I don't. I
You're
do
barely
like the
millennial.
Gilmore.
Oh,
Well,
I don't know what
I'm
millennial
almost the
is.
generation above. Like I'm on that
Oh,
cusp. But so no, I don't know. I never watched this show. So this I think it sounds intriguing. I think it sounds like a little bit of a mystery thrown in there. And I like that they're siblings and maybe there's no romance in this, which would also be unique for a Hallmark movie. So I'm kind of intrigued to see what they do here.
all right. I also, as we just were discussing, not a party of five, so I don't have that connection, which a lot of people seem to be gaga over. But I don't know. It's got Lacey. Lacey doesn't really do too much bad, so we'll go there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Holiday Hotline, starring Emily Tennant and Now Matter. After leaving London, Abby connects with an anonymous caller while working at a cooking hotline. The caller is a single dad, John, in quotation marks, not sure why, who Abby unknowingly has become smitten with in real life. So if she's become smitten with him in real life, wouldn't she recognize John in quotation marks calling?
This is kind of like the Deliver by Christmas, the texting one a few years ago, only
Yeah.
hotline calling instead. You would
The,
think she would maybe recognize the voice, but maybe not.
the one thing it has going, Julie Sherman Wolf, well, she took
Oh,
over the script. I forget who the original writer was, but he passed away
oh.
and she took over the script. And well, you probably don't think so since you don't like the birthday wish. Terrible person. But so she knows how to write Hallmark
She just
movies.
wrote Field Day, I
Yes,
thought.
she did.
I like a lot of her work.
Right. Oh,
So
yeah,
that
she's fantastic. So that's the only hope I have for this one.
I know I'm really bummed because last year Niall Mater's movie was by far my least favorite.
Oh, it's terrible.
I hated that movie.
I just
So
found it boring.
yes, and then I don't think I've liked any of his movies this year. So I am not super excited for this. The plot doesn't sound great, but I'm a little excited that the writer is someone I usually enjoy, but I'm not holding out too much hope.
All right.
Next one, this is on a Thursday night, November 23rd, so it must be Thanksgiving week. Catch Me If You Claus, starring Italia Ricci and Luke McFarlane. Avery Quinn is an aspiring news anchor who finally is getting her big break on our station's Christmas morning newscasts, but that's put in jeopardy when she captures an intruder in her home wearing a red suit claiming to be Chris, Santa's son, who is on his first mission. A night of adventure ensues as they find themselves being pursued by the police, as well as some shady characters along the way. They connect over living in the shadow of their parents and inspire each other to go after their dreams. Yes, I am totally in on this. This sounds amazing.
I'm with you 100%. Great leads. Sounds fun. All right, then we're going to go on to next week with letters. Actually, isn't this
Same
Thanksgiving
week? Yep.
November 24th. Letters to Santa, starring, oh, now I get one of the hard ones. Katie Leclerc and
Leclerc
Rafael de la Fuente.
Fuente.
When young siblings receive a magic pen from Santa that appears to be granting wishes, they request a Christmas gift they want more than anything for their separated parents to reunite.
Uh, this one is a for me. Like it doesn't give us a ton in that description, so it's a meh for me.
Yeah, magic pen kids. I don't like kids. So, well, I like kids. I just don't like Hallmark kids. Jazzy. I'm having flashbacks to Jazzy from last year.
We're moving on to Friday. Actually, we're staying on Friday. Holiday Road, Friday, November 24th. This is starring Sarah Canning and Warren Christie. Another long description. When bad weather leaves each of them stranded at the airport for the holidays, a tech entrepreneur, a travel writer, a devoted mother, and her son, a stubborn senior, an enigmatic woman with a hint of mystery, a couple traveling from Hong Kong, and a social media influencer all agree to rent a shared van to embark on a road trip to Denver. When their unexpected journey brings them into uncharted territory, they navigate a series of misadventures together and form a deeper bond that just might change the trajectories of each of their lives, inspired by true events. I must say, I am very excited for this one. It sounds great. I like an ensemble cast, even though it barely talks about each ensemble. I still don't mind them typically. And Warren Christie, one of my favorites.
I've got thoughts on Warren Christie later. The inspired by true events. The ensemble cast kind of actually made me a little more curious, but we'll talk about this one later. All right. Christmas in Notting Hill on November 25th, starring Sarah Ramos and William Moseley. Famous soccer star Graham Savoy has always been too busy for love, but when he comes home to Notting Hill for Christmas, he changes his mind after meeting Georgia, a visiting American, the one person who has no idea who he is.
Could be interesting.
Yeah, could be cute. Could be cute.
Ooh, All Out the Holly Lit Up. Saturday, November 25th, starring Lacey Chabert, Wes Brown, Stephen Tobolsky, Melissa Peterman, a fellow Minnesotan, or former Minnesotan, Ellen Travolta, Seth Morris, and Jennifer Aspen. As the holidays approach, Emily and Jared are looking forward to celebrating the holidays together again. This time, as a couple, Emily, now embracing Evergreen Lane's unique festive spirit, is ready to work with Jared, Ned, Mary Louise, and Pamela to make this year's Christmas celebrations the best yet. Even if being the HOA president's girlfriend doesn't stop those dreaded decorating citations, when a house on the block goes up for sale, it causes quite a stir with the residents. When the soon-to-be neighbors turn out to be holiday royalty, it looks like this year's competition is about to heat up. As the welcoming committee prepares for the new arrivals, only one thing is certain. This Christmas, Evergreen Lane is going to slay. I am very excited for this one.
It was hilarious last year, so I have a feeling it'll be the cast. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Agreed.
Got to be hilarious. Okay, our Christmas mural. I'll get another painting one. On Sunday, November 26th, starring Alex Paxton Beasley and Dan Genoet, or Genoet, or however you pronounce his name. Olivia is a single mom who returns home for Christmas. Her mom secretly enters her into a mural contest. She wins, but partners with teacher Will to create a Christmas masterpiece.
This one's a nope for me.
And it's Dan's in it, and he's a Good Witch alum. So begrudgingly, I'll say okay, but not too excited in honesty.
A Biltmore Christmas, Sunday, November 26th, starring Bethany Joy Lenz, Christopher Palaha, Jonathan Frakes, and Robert Picardo. Lucy Hardgrove is a screenwriter who lands the job of a lifetime when she's hired to pen the script for a remake of the beloved holiday movie classic, His Merry Wife, which was filmed in 1947 at beautiful historic Biltmore House. When the head of the studio isn't satisfied with the ending Lucy wrote because it deviates from the original's feel-good conclusion, he sends Lucy to Biltmore Estate for research and inspiration. While there, she unwittingly discovers the ability to travel to the 1947 set of His Merry Wife. Through the help of an hourglass while on set, she and Jack Houston, Hoaha, one of the film's stars, spend time together and become close. But her sudden appearance has set off a chain of events that put the production in jeopardy. Before she can return to the present, Lucy must make things right or threaten to alter the future forever. I am very excited for this one. Two of my favorites in a movie together. Sounds amazing.
Agree. I mean, Christopher Plaha, as I said with Lacey, he's probably, I think, the best actor in all of Hallmark. Bethany Joy Lenz, fantastic. And time travel, everything you need to be good. My Norwegian Holiday, Friday, December 1st. We're into December, final month, starring Rhiannon Fish and David Eisendorn. JJ grieving the loss of her grandmother and seeking dissertation inspiration, stumbles upon an unexpected holiday destiny. Meeting Henrik, a Norwegian from Bergen, their connection deepens when he discovers she has a troll figurine from his hometown. To discover the troll's history and her grandmother's ties, JJ agrees to join Heinrich on a journey to Norway. In Bergen, they are drawn to Heinrich's family's Christmas and wedding traditions, with his sister's wedding the day before Christmas Eve. JJ embarks on a holiday adventure, uncovering the troll's origins and finding her own path to healing, love, and family. So I just hope they don't make her out to be a dingbat, because whenever she's been historically as the dissertation, the person in grad school and all that, they do her dirty. And I love Renana, but I don't know. I'm worried.
Well, I am very excited for that one. So my excitement level's high. Next
I'm just
one.
Worried. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I'm just worried.
Sounds delightful to me. Saturday, December 2nd, A Not So Royal Christmas, starring Brooke Dorsey and Will Kemp. Tabloid journalist Charlotte attempts to land an interview with a reclusive count. In response, the royal family has a groundskeeper pose as the count, since the real one fled years ago. I think this sounds amazing and super cute and fun.
I hate royal movies, but this is not so royal. So I agree with you. Great lead. So I will say I'm not definitely opposed. I think it could be cute. She's always adorable. So, all right. Christmas with a Kiss. Sunday, December 3rd, starring Michelle Morgan, Ronnie Rowe Jr., and Jamie M. Calica. This is a mahogany presentation. A woman returns home to help her family's Christmas carnival and romantic nights. A photojournalist curates a surprise reunion.
Could be interesting.
Yeah.
They didn't really give us much.
Ronnie Rowe is just one of the coolest dudes on the planet. So
I agree.
I will say he can pull it off. I'm into it.
Moving on to the next weekend, Magic and Mistletoe, Friday, December 8th, starring Lindy Greenwood and Paul Campbell. Harrington is the author of a popular book series, but commercial success has left him a bitter recluse. As he returns to his hometown for an annual Christmas festival celebrating his books, he's joined by April, a publicist for the major publishing house he works with. April is there for damage control after Harrington's recent comments on social media have ruffled some feathers. But as she gets to know him better, hope springs that April can unlock Harrington's guarded heart and help him rediscover the spirit of the holiday. I think it sounds kind of interesting. I'm not like, whoa, amazing, but I think it sounds okay.
I think Paul Campbell is perfect for a recluse, and
Agreed.
Lindy is just gorgeous. So what the hell? I'm in. All right. Christmas on Cherry Lane, Saturday, December 9th, starring Catherine Bell, Jonathan Bennett, John Brotherton, Aaron Cahill, James Denton, and Vincent Rodriguez III. A young couple preparing to welcome their first child, Brotherton and Cahill, an empty nester played by Catherine Bell and her fiance, James Denton, ready to start a new chapter, and a couple, Bennett and Rodriguez, who unexpectedly have the chance to expand their family on Christmas Eve, celebrate the holiday as they navigate these turning points in their lives.
I am very excited for this one. I think it looks super cute.
Completely killer cast. So
Agreed.
awesome.
Round and Round, Sunday, December 10th, starring Vic Michelis, Brian Greenberg, Rick Hoffman. Rachel's stuck in a time loop, reliving the night of her parents' Hanukkah party. Can Zach, the nice boy Grandma's trying to set her up with, help her make it to tomorrow? I am very excited for this one. I love Brian Greenberg.
I am pretty darn interested, I have to say. It's we'll discuss. Mazel tov is all I have to say. All right. The Secret Gift of Christmas on Friday, December 15th, starring Megan. How do you pronounce her name? Ori?
Megan Ori, I think.
Okay. Christopher Russell. And Bonnie is a personal shopper who helps the new widowed client, Patrick, reconnect with his young daughter. Though Bonnie and Patrick's ideas of shopping couldn't be more different, she is determined to get Patrick and his daughter everything on their wish list.
Okay. This sounds similar to the one last year that was in London.
Yeah, with Janelle Parrish and Will Kemp with the personal shopper.
Yes. Sounds very similar, only role flipped.
We do have a kid now that he's trying
That's
to
true.
help her with the kid. So
I love both Megan and Christopher. She was in Chesapeake Shores.
right.
And I loved her there. I haven't seen her in a movie in a while, so I'm excited for that. I do enjoy Christopher Russell. He hasn't been in too much since last year's Christmas, which was not the best movie, but let me tell you, it was funny, but it wasn't supposed to be funny.
Okay.
What did you think? Did you not like it?
No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. So Christopher Russell's just not had a good script in a while. So I'm thinking this is going to continue that streak.
Oh, geez.
Okay.
Next up, Saturday, December 16th, Sealed with a List, starring Katie Findlay and Evan Roderick. This holiday season, festive Carly sets out to conquer her list of abandoned resolutions from last year, aided by coworker Wyatt as she finds love and the confidence to chase her dreams. And this one gets a for me. Not super interested.
A little more excited over here. All right. Brings us to our final one, 31 to 31, Friends and Family Christmas on Sunday, December 17th, starring Humberly Gonzalez and Ali Liebert. Daniela has recently moved to New York to pursue an art career and decides to stay in town to share the holidays with her circle of artist friends instead of going home to see her sweet, if overbearing, parents. Amelia is a talented entertainment lawyer trying to stay focused on her work after a broken engagement. When Daniela and Amelia are set up by their parents, they agree to pretend that they are dating to appease them for the holidays. However, as they spend time in each other's worlds, they soon build a connection that is deeper than either of them thought or could have hoped for. I'm all in.
I am also all in on that one. It sounds amazing.
Yes, the fake dating, pretty good trope there. So, and yes, so I'm all in. Okay, we made it through all 31.
That was just on the Hallmark channel. We didn't do the Hallmark movies and mysteries.
Correct.
People are wondering.
Yes, we're just doing that. There's 2 movies on Hallmark now this year as well. So yes, just Hallmark Channel movies.
Yeah.
All right. What are your initial thoughts?
As we were kind of going through, I was like, man, there's not as much diversity that I noticed from just that quick browse. I don't know about the Hallmark mysteries. I don't think there's much more on there. So that's kind of, I guess, surprising to me.
That's exactly what I had. There's a big diversity regression. There's essentially the one Mahogany movie, and then there's a couple with, biracial there, but yeah, not much. We do have the lesbian at the end to have that, but it's not a lot at all. A big step back, whereas last year they embraced it a lot.
Yep.
So little disappointed in that. Little disappointed.
Agreed. Yeah, and they're missing some of the, bigger stars. Like, we had said Allison Sweeney is not there. Um,
Taylor Cole,
Tamira Mowerly isn't in there. Who else are we missing?
the
That
Vegas, Autumn
uh,
Reeser.
Autumn Reeser, yeah.
Yeah. And so,
Huh.
yeah, so a lot of the big names
And I'm
aren't there.
wondering if that has to do with, how much of this got interrupted with the writer's strike, if they were filming and then some had to pull
Well, it
out.
seems like they got the full line. Well, I guess they could have acquired
Yeah.
movies.
That's where
So,
I'm wondering how many of these are going to be acquired, because some of them we have people we might not have heard of a ton, or some of them usually are in acquired movies. So it'll be interesting to
well,
see how it all shapes up.
that was one of my points is there's a lot of fresh faces, which I'm really excited for.
Yeah,
I don't want to always see the same exact people over and over and over. So I'm really excited for that.
I
Another
also think
thing,
that.
I know you talked about your Warren Christie, and you know what? I'm a fan of the guys. He's in one of the best movies of all time, Hallmark movies with yes, Brooke Burns. You know, I could
I
not
was
get
like,
away
why?
without
Why do you like
doing
that
it.
one?
But no, even before it is come on, you have to admit that's
Oh, it's one
a
of my
great movie.
favorites. It's one of
So
my favorites.
but he's 13 years older than his romantic lead.
Hmm.
And Nal Matter is 10 years older. So there's a little bit of the age gap. And the feminist in me, I know more of a feminist than you, Andrea, but that's one of my pet peeves of, you know what, if they're going to pair the older guy with the younger woman, fine. But why can't they do then have like Nikki with some hot 35-year-old dude or something like that? So it just annoys me that they always think they can just put old guys with younger
I
women.
mean, Warren Christie. I don't
I
think
get it,
many
but
women are.
they could have found someone a
That's not
little
a
more
bad catch. We'll just say that
they
most
could have
people
found
are
someone a little
probably
more
going to
age
be okay with
appropriate
that one.
and I would have felt fine.
I
So
understand. I
it's a pet
understand.
peeve. It's a pet peeve of mine. And yes, 13 years in the grand scheme of Hollywood is not a big thing because you'll stick Tom Cruise 60 years old with some 32-year-old or something like that. So
Pretty sure my
Holly,
grandparents were about 13 or 14 years apart. So
so yeah, I get
you
it.
never
It's
know.
just a Hollywood pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
So all right, you got anything else? Any other overarching thoughts of the lineup?
No, I'm excited. I think when I was kind of going through that list and writing down, I was like, okay, I've got more that I'm really excited for than meh or not really at all. There's only a couple that I'm like, this doesn't sound great. And I guess the Ryan Baby one sticks out as one of the ones I'm least excited for. He is not my favorite.
I know.
I just don't know what it is about him. And I don't know if it's a little stiff. Just not my favorite. So I think that and the plot's got a big uphill battle for me that opening weekend.
And I was actually surprised when we went through because you tend to be a little more critical than I am, where you have a wider variety, whereas I tend to like most of them. And like I'll have a 3 as a bad movie for me, whereas you definitely go lower than that. And I was surprised. You were very excited for a lot of the movies. And some of them I was like, oh no, Andrew's gonna pan this one. You were like excited, and not just excited, you're like enthused excited. So all right, you ready to do our countdown of our top 5?
Yeah, should we start at number 5?
Yes, you can roll first. What is your 5th most excited movie that you are looking for this countdown to Christmas season?
The one we just ended on, Friends and Family Christmas, is my number 5. I think it sounds delightful. I love the same sex couple as the lead, and it's in New York City. The plot sounds fun. Allie Lambert is amazing. So Liebert, Allie Lambert, I'm pretty sure was on Step by Step. If anyone watched that,
Oh yeah,
but I wonder if she still acts. I enjoyed her. But Allie Liebert's delightful. I'm excited to see this and see where they take this movie.
I I agree. It's a great one. When we went through this, I would have loved to have been able just to go through all the movies and have very big ones. And it was really hard for me to do top 5 because
So this
as
one's not in yours.
it's not, but
Okay.
I could like
Yeah.
I wanted it there. The problem is I had to just basically make tough decisions. And there's movies that I guarantee if I made this list an hour later, I would be, yep, that is in my list. So I so into it. And I love, like you said, the same sex thing. I want, I, part of me, just the whole masochistic thing because I will be so promoting this movie against all the people who get mad at me and bring out all the family
Yeah,
values
you
to me.
love to
As
do
you
that.
know, that's a soapbox
Yeah.
I cannot step away from.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I think it's a great one. But for me, I think you may disagree. I do have Checking It Twice as my number 5 for a couple of reasons. One, as we said before, Kim Matula. After Ghost of Christmas Always, I'm like, she needs to be in every other Hallmark movie. She is just adorable. And then I've seen some of the previews, or not the little previews, the promos that they've done, the reels. She's absolutely hilarious in it. Uh, Kevin McGarry, I think, is perfectly competent. You know, when you get into the sports movies, sometimes they can not be so good. Ryan Pavey, what was it, Fourth Down in Love or whatever. But hockey, they seem to be able to pull off. So got there. Brittany Mitchell, who plays Kim's sister, she's one of my favorite supporting actors on there. So excited that she's in there. Also, it's just kicking off the season, right? So last year we had not such a great
Oh,
preview for it, and it
Noel
turned
Next
up
Door
Noel Next Door, right? And
was
it turned out to be
wonderful.
awesome. I thought
Yes.
they were, it was a throwaway, and it
Yep.
turned out to be, like I said, kind of like the Royal Nanny. Turned out to be one of the best movies the entire year.
I
So,
don't agree with Royal any piece, but
well, you'd
I
be
do.
wrong. You're not
No,
always right,
I
Andrew.
love Noel Next Door.
So yes, so excited to kick off the season. So checking it twice.
That did not make my list, but I'm intrigued by it. The more I've seen some previews, the more it doesn't look as bad as what I was thinking.
All right, I'm going to do
Next.
my fourth
Okay.
is Round and Round, the Hanukkah movie. So being Jewish, I got to do it. Plus, they Hallmark or Hanukkah movies, they seem to always nail. They do a great job with Hanukkah movies, so got to do it. Plus, I really like the Groundhog Day concept to it, so I think that's going to be fun. Just like I said, Mazel Tov, L'chaim, all the good stuff. Can't wait. I think it's going to be really cute and adorable.
Well, I'll get to that one in a little while on my end.
Oh, nice.
Number 4 for me was Biltmore Christmas. Again, I think this is probably in a lot of people's top 5, if not number 1. People are most looking forward to. Again, hard to go wrong with Bethany Joy Lenz, who was not in any. I don't think she was in any last year. She
Nope.
is a delight. She is, again, One Tree Hill. And then Christopher Palaha, who again is amazing and a lot of people's favorites. So I'm very stoked to see this one, and I hope it lives up to the hype.
I, I agree with you. I don't have it on my list. And the only reason really I think I don't have it on my list is I just know it's going to be a great movie. And I was trying to have maybe not the most obvious ones because I don't see how it cannot be a great movie. I just don't. Plus, I'll get all the Mystery 101 people mad at me because I didn't include him on my top 5 list. But he's my number 1 favorite actor in Hallmark. So, it's funny why people all get mad at me about that. But so, all right, what's your number 3?
All Out the Holly Lit Up. That was my number 1 movie last year, and again, the ensemble cast, they're hilarious. So I hoping, just like the Biltmore, that this one lives up to the hype, and I feel like they can't go wrong with the cast, and Melissa Peterman is just a treasure. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay, it's not on my list, but kind of the same reason as the Biltmore I agree with you. I don't know how it can go wrong. It's got to be hilarious. Even it just has to be. Okay, my third is guaranteed not on your list based on your reaction, but it is Sealed with a List. And it's partly because it stars Katie Finley, who is in one of my favorite, most underrated Hallmark movies, Love Strikes Twice. And I just love that movie. And she was so adorable in it that I was like, want to see her again. And then she just fell off the earth and didn't see her. And so when I saw that she was going to be in a movie again, super excited. And then having her opposite Evan Roderick, who I think is one of the best young talents that Hallmark has going for it right now. I think this is going to be just an absolute great movie because it has just perfect talent in it. And then I also kind of like that resolution aspect to it, like trying to make up for the resolutions and your coworker who comes in. I don't like the power dynamics when it's like a boss or some sort of thing. Like those ones kind of creep me out because once again, the feminist in me. But when they're equals and peers, which I think they are, I think those movies are absolutely delightful. So I'm all in with Sealed with a List, which brings me to my number 2, which is that Heidelberg Holiday. And it is because my wife and I did a river cruise through Europe. We went to there. When I first saw the picture, I'm like, wait a minute, I know that castle. And then I read the whole thing and it was like Heidelberg. And I was like, yeah. And then it's about the Christmas store. We bought nutcrackers in that Christmas, which I assume it's that Christmas store. We'll find out. But I know exactly like the street. So I have such a connection with this that I am completely psyched. Plus, when they go abroad, those are always, it's fun just because you get to see something different. And I know for sure, because unless it's green screened, like I say, looking at that background, they definitely did not film this up in British Columbia. They are over there in Germany paying, tribute to all your relatives. Now, if you shouldn't you be like actually Norwegian because of
I'm 50-50. My dad's
okay.
100% Norwegian. My mom's 100% German.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I was gonna say getting your little
Minnesotan.
getting your
they're Norwegian and Swedes. We
your
got
Hannah
cool.
your Hannah Swenson in.
We do. My number 2 is Round and Round, and really Brian Greenberg again. Like I said, One Tree Hill. I am so excited to see him on. I don't think we've seen him in a Hallmark movie, so he was wonderful in One Tree Hill.
Is the One Tree Hill the one also with Bethany Joy Lenz and
yep,
all of them?
Hillary,
right,
Burton, and Sophia Bush.
right. Never seen it.
Chad Michael Murray. Yes. So Brian Greenberg is really good. He's a really good actor. He only was on the show for a few seasons because he got scooped up and taken into bigger and better movies.
Into Virgin River.
He did not. He's not in Virgin River, but he is wonderful. And I like the groundhog theme as well of the same day and kind of how do you get out of that loop. And again, I agree with you. I think the Hanukkah movies, they really nailed the last few years. So I'm excited to see this one, and it should be good.
100% with you. All right. What is your top movie of the year? I'm guessing it's not Ryan Pavy's.
My Norwegian Holiday. So as you said, I was like, I am Norwegian and I am very excited. I probably am more Norwegian just because I grew up with my grandparents who are from Norway, lived right next door. They went to Norway, came back I have a whole bunch of little trolls trinkets. So I'm excited to see this story of trolls, and trolls in Norway are like a ton in their fables. And, I have books with trolls in them. So I'm excited to see this come out. I'm hoping it comes out. It could, again, I think it's could either be really good or like my last year pick with Luke McFarlane and Allison Sweeney with snow globes.
The Christmas Village, Magical Christmas
Village.
Yeah,
that was, I think, my number 1 I was looking forward to. And that was a crash and burn. So this could be another crash and burn situation for me. Or it could be, hey, they truly nailed this history and we're excited to go to Norway.
Do you cross-country ski?
I do every winter.
Okay. It seems like you have to. All right.
So I'm excited for this one. Clearly, you don't care as much.
I'm not Norwegian. I'm Jewish, so the Norwegians were like siding with the Jewish, Nazis.
But that's my top 2. I mean,
yeah, but the Norwegians sided with the Nazis, and you're German. You're like just out to get me. Jeez, been going back in my heritage. Okay, but I can make it all better with my number 1, which is
drum roll.
Christmas on Cherry Lane, and that's because that cast, the reuniting of Catherine Bell and James Denton.
Oh my God, I didn't even think of that.
So good in Good Witch. Absolutely fantastic. So right there, that chemistry is off the charts fantastic. They're just so good. So love that. Erin Cahill. Oh my gosh. She's not Brooke Burns, but she is on my Mount Rushmore of absolute favorites of Hallmark. I will not deny I do not crush on her every time I see a movie. Even her horrible ending of a movie last year, I enjoyed until the final 10 minutes, of which I was just, so crushed. But Erin Cahill, just so good. I love her. And then
John Brotherton, love him.
yes. And then
And
also
Jonathan Bennett.
Jonathan Bennett. I don't know who the Gonzalez guy is, but it's got this, we talked about some of the diversity, getting the same sex couple in there, which I love whenever they do this. And it's just that ensemble cast. So you got the multiple stories going. It's not too many, because that was like one last year when they did the what was the one at the
Christmas
restaurant?
reunion.
No,
Oh, that the Christmas
the
Dragon.
yeah, like I
Golden
liked that
Palace.
one, but that just ended up getting too many stories going that I just like they had to scale it back. So I think this is perfect. The three storylines with just absolute top level talent. So got to be good. Got to be
I
good.
love it. Can we share like our just missed? I have a couple that I just missed.
Oh, well, just missed. I've got a huge list, but go ahead.
Well, I'll share three
By
that
the way,
just
yours are
missed.
going to be a lot of my just missed.
None of yours are. Catch Me If You Claus is one of my just missed. Santa Summit is one of my just missed. And then The Secret Gift of Christmas, which I can't remember what that one is, but I wrote it on my list that I was really excited for.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with as you the Catch Me If You Claus. Once again, I think they're going to be fantastic. The Biltmore and the what's that? Why am I going Haul Out the Holly? Absolutely fantastic. And then unlike you, I think that the was it Never Been Christ? That was really hard for me to leave off, because I think that is going to be an just absolute adorable love triangle, funny one. So I think it's going to be fantastic. The only thing that could ruin it is if they go ahead and get Tyler sucking on candy canes. Like that's just going too easy. So, but I think I think it's going to be great.
Well, I think it's going to be a great
Now, did you
holiday
say,
season.
did you have the Santa Summit on your just missed?
I did.
Okay.
I did. That
All
one
right.
and the Catch Me If You Claus and the Secret Gift of Christmas, which I can't remember what that one is, but I wrote it down.
Okay. And then I think you had Under the Christmas Sky on there too.
I did not.
You know what? I think we may be in agreement that that is the least
Yep.
looking
Because I was
forward
just
to.
kind of looking through that and the Nile Mater, the Hotline one. Only I need Nile to have a better movie for me because I didn't really like the Catch Me, the Fly one. I didn't like the Family Mystery one. I've just had a tough time with his movie, so I'm hoping this one turns it around for me. But
Like for
doesn't
me, at
sound
least
great.
it's got the writer. So I'm thinking maybe,
Well, it depends on how much she
but
was able to fix the script, or
right.
we'll see.
How much her touches, but I just don't see Under the Christmas Sky being good. I just don't.
Agreed.
All right. All right, Andrea. This was fun. This is
Always a
exciting.
pleasure. Always a pleasure. I'm excited to kick off the season.
And I know, and then our lives just get crazy because it is just
So many
watching
to review.
movie, and then review.
So many.
Fortunately, neither of us do super long reviews. So I couldn't imagine being one of the people who do, full out reviews on these. So mine are 90-second reviews. You do,
Quick write up.
you're a little longer than that, but you have a little more
I
effort.
take notes as I'm going through the movie though, so that,
Do you then just watch it just the once and do your review? You don't have to
oh
watch
yeah,
it twice.
I know.
So with mysteries that I doing over there in Hallmark Mysteries and More, I pretty much, like, my wife's like, why are we watching this twice? Well, what not we? Why am I? Because the first time I always watch a movie just to watch it, and then the second time I watch it with notes, because if I take notes, I just miss out so much, or I just pause that I lose the flow. So, but
See
we don't
that.
have time for that, right? Because it's,
No.
as soon as you finish
Christmas
this movie, you
season.
got the next one on, and then you got Thanksgiving weekend where you got like double movies going. So, but
I know my mom, or I'm going to be down at my parents' house. So this is my rope in my mom or brother or dad, whoever else is in the house to watch with me. And then they give me their like 2 sentence review of the movie.
do you have Peacock?
I do.
I found it's way better watching movies on Peacock than Hallmarks, and I don't have to, because I never really watch anything live. I always watch it after, and then I don't have to fast forward through the commercials. And I find flow, because I know, as we totally digress off Christmas, but you Mystery Island, you had issues with, you thought like the pacing and some of the cuts and everything. I
I don't
found
think I
it
was gonna like
was
that without commercials, just a heads
I
up
I
that
found I liked it so much more the second viewing when I watched it on Peacock. I thought it worked better, but we talked, that's other
I
issues.
did watch that one
Okay.
twice. Or like I'm pretty sure I watched at least half of it twice. And I was like, I did not like that one.
Yeah.
Did not
We
like that
we
one.
won't have you to review there. So,
Yeah,
but
don't do that.
maybe what we'll do, Andrea, is we'll reconnect in December, and then we'll do our ranking after the fact and see
Yeah.
how
Or our five
our
went.
preview thought, and then what it turned out to be. Because for me last year, my movies I thought were going to be terrible turned out to be great, and some of those ones that I thought were going to be couldn't miss turned out to be not so jolly good. That wasn't jolly good or jolly good Christmas or something like that. Was the Will Kemp and Janelle Parrish, which
Yes.
I thought would be so good. Didn't like it.
I didn't like that one either. It wasn't my favorite.
All right, so yeah, we'll reconnect in 2 months and we'll see how it goes.
I'm excited.
All right, Andrea.
Happy viewing, everyone.
Have a great night.